Hey guys, it's me, Domdagamer here, and today we're going to be playing Hearts of Iron 4 with the Old World Blues mod. But more specifically, we are also going to be playing with the Enclave Reborn mod. And you are going to watch me try and fail miserably to reform the Enclave and recreate the United States. Let's go. So I've played this mod a little bit, but I'm not that good at the game, so like I said, you're gonna watch me fail miserably because I suck at this game. Anyway, first thing we're gonna do is our escape. Years ago, we managed to escape from the destruction of the main Enclave forces at Navarro. The manner in which we survived can still be felt today. So we're gonna set up our armies. We're not gonna do anything particularly special. We're gonna make 2 front lines. And if anyone else plays this game, then advice will be much appreciated. So we're gonna have these 3 divisions. Their mission's gonna be to take Nixon, and then from Nixon they're gonna push on to Lovelock. And these 3 guys are gonna push on to the stables in New Reno. We're eventually gonna have more forces later on, and we're gonna have to make some changes to this when that comes, but until then, we're gonna be fine. So we're gonna get combat language, Ohm's Law, industry planning, and we're going to get organized agriculture for that plus 1% monthly population bonus. Kick it up all the way to 5 speed, and let's go. Our escape. So we have 3 options. We can say we escaped from vertibirds, or escaped using them. We can say we fought our way out with power armor, or we deserted before the fighting gets bad. Now, manpower is great and all, and with vertibirds, we'll be able to dominate early on, but I really want these power armor units, so we're going to get that. Now that we've got them, we're going to put them into the army. So we have... So, actually, we're going to reassign some stuff real quick. So, you 4... there you go. You 4 are going to be assigned to that line. And you are going to be assigned to that line. Our choice. Sergeant Dornan, a guy from Fallout 2 if you don't know, is well respected by both the Reformer and Purist factions within the Enclave. The Enclave needs a president, however, and the Sarge has expressed disinterest in being called a sir for the rest of his career.
I am not a sir! I work for a living, you moron!
If I recall, that's a reference to Fallout 2. Which I'm probably going to play that game sometime on the channel alongside all the other games. So early on, this is mostly going to be just doing some focuses. But once we get Reform done, because of course we're going to go Reformers, because Purists gay, am I right? After that, we're going to go start the war with New Reno early on, and get the whole issue with New Reno out of the way, so we can actually start growing. Our president, of course, Dornan decides that Dr. Anderson is a moron! In the lair of the beast, we are on the very borders of the NCR, a rogue nation occupying American soil. Sounds like you really are very bitter after the loss of Navarro, the loss at Navarro. We cannot deny that they would destroy us if they became fully aware of our existence. Luckily for us, the bear is blind, as per usual. Weakened by bureaucracy, infighting, and an ineffectual leader. With the right efforts made, we can hide under the very nose of the NCR until we are strong enough to reveal our plans. But we cannot keep them in the shadows forever. It will become harder and harder to conceal ourselves as time goes on. So this is basically one of the features of the mod. Let me run timer a bit so it just pops up. So you have to hide your actions from the NCR. You know, these losers over here, this nation. Or they're gonna find you and they're gonna take us out. And that's not what we want. So we're not gonna get this just yet. We're going to be saving up for Boris T so we can get more Reformer support and eventually oust the elites. Sins of the Father. Granite's past is a controversial subject in our midst, made all the more contentious by rumors spread by the Purists. The cause is Granite's father, Sergeant Granite from Fallout 2, and his relationship to the Chosen One, the protagonist of Fallout 2, who can be a male or female. So basically this is just asking about his past, rather Sergeant Granite aid the Chosen One or not, because that's something he can do in Fallout 2. And if you do this focus, it implies the Chosen One is the mother of, what's his name? The mother of Douglas Granite. Now, I'd do that, but I don't want to lose all that stability, so we're going to go, he aided the Chosen One, and then went their separate way. Because it gives us the same bonuses of this, just without the debuffs. Douglas's youth. After traveling with his son for a brief few years, Granite Sr. established contact with one of the Enclave's civilian vaults. Since President Dick Richard had lifted child rearing restrictions, the vault's population had exploded. Nonetheless, it was a safer place for a child than in the wasteland. Like most children in the Enclave's vault, Granite was raised with a fervent hatred of communism. Sadly, 200 years of Enclave propaganda and living in a vault run under a command economy meant that he and most other members of the Enclave were left with a vague understanding of what communism was. As such, Granite knows that all enemies of America must be communists. Douglas's first contact. When Douglas was a lieutenant of the Grant Defense Company, he was contacted by a party under attack by raiders. The call sounded desperate and came from an NCR battalion fighting raiders. Now, I've gone through this already to see what the best choice is. If you go seeking Caesar's Scouts, you get some, like, buffs to reduce your division attrition. If you go Brotherhood Knights containing a pre-war threat, you get 3% research speed. But if you go NCR Battalion, you help them take down the raiders. You get improved relations, which that's not all that good, but you get a connection in the faction now. I believe with this connection, if we go over here, when you infiltrate the NCR, I believe that you can call in favors from your contacts in the NCR. Yeah, it says here, thanks to old exploits of ours and the Mercenary Company, we have a few contacts in the NCR that owe us a big favor. They don't need the big picture, only that we need them to lose a few specific documents. And this is crucial because it makes NCR suspicion a lot cheaper, which is very important early game. So we're gonna continue moving forward, and if nothing special happens, we're gonna rush to the war with New Reno. I'll be with you back here once that happens, or if something interesting happens. Okay, so something happened. There was a cafeteria incident, and I believe more events come after this, but basically, someone had pictures of staff handling stuff inappropriately, so we're gonna find this guy, and we're gonna punish him, because we get base war support if we do. Although, I guess I could have done the other option. That would have given me a lot more political power, which would help us get Boris T here, but that doesn't really matter for the time being. And reform is done now. So basically, legitimacy decides that when you... Well, let's back up real quick. Each state that you own, it's either a core state, meaning you get all the manpower, or it's a non-core state. For example, if we were to occupy, say, I don't know, this random state in the Legion, Flagstaff, it wouldn't be a core state, which means we would get more debuffs based on how low our legitimacy is. But later on, we can get reforms that make it so legitimacy doesn't affect us as much, but that's not the path I'm going to go down. So we're going to get the presidential victory speech. We're going to get that. We're going to get Reach Out to the Centrists by Boris T. And then we're going to do City of Crime, and we're going to attack New Reno. So, if something interesting happens, we'll be back. Otherwise, I'll see you when we're fighting New Reno. Okay, so something important just happened. So, since we've gone Reformist, we have traitors in the officer corps, which is going to hurt us severely, but we can fix that later on. We're also going to end up getting treacherous scientists, I believe, pretty soon. We've got the victory speech done, and so we can get this guy, for cheaper than Boris T. Our close air support won't be as good, but that won't matter because we'll get stability and intellectual support. We'll get more from than what we would get from Boris T. So we're going to get this. We're going to do, real quick, we're going to reach out to the centrist, and then we're going to attack New Reno. Now, reaching out to the centrist isn't that important. We're basically answering some questions about what we plan to do with mutants, the NCR, and the Brotherhood. As a reformist, we can either work with the Brotherhood, and we can choose to stay in Nevada only, by doing home as Nevada, and we can work with the NCR. As for mutants, we can either segregate them, or we can integrate them. Now, I'm probably going to go segregation, so I can get plasma weaponry and stuff. But I could go accept mutants, but I'm probably going to go segregation, and I'm going to attack the NCR and the Brotherhood. Because, of course, we are the rightful government of America, and these rogue traitors, secessionists, are occupying our land. Oh, we can join? I didn't know that was... Is that from this mod or Enclave Reborn? I didn't know we could ask to join the NCR. We can ask to join the Brotherhood. What about... This might just be a... Yeah, that's just asking to join factions. So that's nothing special. So real quick, we're going to do some more research. We're going to rush down our land doctrine, because land doctrine is very important, because it doesn't have the ahead of time debuffs of certain focuses, and if we can get, so we can easily get ahead of our opponents, and even if the buffs we get don't directly play a role, it'll play a role in the future, and that'll make things easier. Now, so reaching out to centrist ain't anything that's special, so I'm fairly certain that the next time I'm back, we're going to be fighting New Reno. So we'll be back in just a few. Okay, so I've tried this before, and just like last time, I forgot to hide my activities from the NCR. So now our operational security has been compromised, and we can either let the NCR know we exist, but we're gonna die, so we're not gonna do that. We can continue as usual, but if we do, they might notice us and we might die. Or we can start ceasing resource extraction, aggressive tactics, and construction effort. So real quick, I'm going to save the game. Just real quick. I can't spell apparently. Operational security compromise. So we're going to save the game here, and we're going to go with the usual. And if we fail and we get attacked, then we're going to reload the save probably. Also, we should be having treacherous scientists, but for some reason we don't. Which is very weird, but whatever. And you all know what time it is. It's time to attack New Reno. So we're going to declare war. They've got 4 to 6 divisions. I'm guessing it's 5. But it doesn't really matter, because we're going to raffle stomp them with power armor. Now, this is going to be a lot of micromanaging early on. But that's fine. Oh boy, we are... So I'm not sure what energy cells are used for. Oh, so apparently power armor units use energy cells, which we produce. But we're using them up more than we can produce them. Now, in the regular game, this would be fuel for ships. But here, it's power cells. This is going to probably be a lot harder since it's power cells. So we're going to snake around back here. We're going to try to push them back right there. And while they're... Well, okay, they actually have a swing animation for stuff. That's pretty cool. I weren't expecting that. So our forces are getting close to taking Nixon. Close, but not there just yet. So now we're gonna push forward on all fronts. Oh, geez, we're running out of energy cells. That's not good. Push forward. Actually, no. What's our resources looking like? So we've got a deficit of laser weapons. However, we have factories, so we're gonna start producing common energy guns, since that's what we have a big deficit in right now. Also, and now that we have more support than the Purists, we're going to begin getting rid of the Purist. You know, we just wanted to be friends with you Purist folk, but you kept having to attack our people, and that's just not alright. That's just not the American way. Well, I guess it is the American way, actually, attacking people you don't agree with the modern state of things, but that's not the way we want our America to be. That's not our American dream. Consolidating power. Tensions have been high since... Oh, we can start a speech. Oh, so since we have charismatic, we can make a speech to gain support. Tensions have been high since the election. It appears support for the Purists have only been intensified as a result, especially in the upper echelons of our government. To address this situation, we have collected all those with grievances towards the new American government into one room, awaiting answers from our president. So the Purists aren't going to be a problem anymore. We've got that all figured out. So we're going to be researching logistics companies. Now, it's a little bit ahead of time, but that's not too big of a problem. We're going to hold off on spending political power on that. Now, we can't purge the officers just yet, which is unfortunate. So we're going to hide activity. Can I not do that? Oh, I guess I can't do that. Okay, then. So New Reno's near to capitulation. There's not much left before they fall to the hands of the true American government. It was only a matter of time, New Reno. You kept trying to hold out, so, well, we just had to end your very existence. And just before we're gonna run out of energy cells, too. That's good. So we're gonna have you snake around there and take the stables. And with the stables taken... So, see, they just keep attacking our forces, but they can't push through because we have superior weaponry. So we're just gonna continue to snake around them. You two are gonna help with the attack at New Reno. And with New Reno eventually dealt with, then we can continue the war. They're very close to capitulation. When they're only at 32%? What gives? That's weird. Oh, never mind. That didn't matter. So we're gonna take all states. And I believe we can eventually get cores on this, but right now they're colony states. Which isn't the best, honestly. But now, we're gonna do checkmate. We're gonna deal with the bishops, because after taking New Reno, Mr. Bishop can flee to the NCR, and we gotta execute him before he rats us out to the NCR. And Reformists are almost a majority power, and once that's the case, we can purge the officers, and we can purge the scientists. Dealing with the bishops. The bishops may have been the most powerful family in New Reno. Mr. Bishop himself is a dangerous man for many reasons, one of which are his numerous political connections with the NCR. If I believe correctly, Mr. Bishop wants to join the NCR, but that might be someone else. The crime lords gangsters, which we just killed, were loyal enough to face down the other families, but the sight of Exo-1 power armor sent them scattering. Now, I thought the Enclave didn't have Exo-1 power armor. I thought it was their advanced power armor Mark 1 and 2, but I guess I could be wrong. He then retreated to his mansion, accompanied by only his closest and most loyal, surrounded by our forces and trapped. Now, we gotta focus on apprehending him. That's our main priority. And we're gonna spend some political power to get more recruitable manpower, because right now we only have 5. And what can we use this with? We're gonna get oh, no, he's a Purist, never mind. So we're gonna get Arch Dornan. We're gonna get him back into the fold. And now that we've got laser weapons, we're gonna switch our focus over to power armor. And once we get 25 political power, we have to hide our actions from the NCR again. Emperor? Oh. Thrad defects to the Troll Warren. The Enclave's liberation of New Reno has seen much of the city's riffraff to the end. Has chased much of the city's riffraff to the ends of the earth. Among those who fled is Thrad the Immortal, who, as New Reno, if you choose to go with the rights, I believe they are, you can choose to put the mutants in charge and recreate the Unity from Fallout 1. So basically, this mutant guy has fled to the, where have they fled to? They fled to the Troll Warren. So now, the Troll Warren gets a bunch of new technology, if I'm understanding this correct. Seems like a Brotherhood problem, not our problem. We can deal with them later. So now that we've dealt with them, we're gonna deal with the Rights, because they have a similar dream to us. They want New Reno to be peaceful and prosperous. We also want that, but more specifically, we want to recreate America. And New Reno is essentially the means to an end for us. So now that they're done, we're gonna start upgrading our leaders. So we're gonna promote Scott Blair, and he's going to be the commander of our entire army. So Scott Blair, since he's been recently promoted, all of his stats are reduced by like a lot, so that's not the best, but eventually that won't be the case. So we're going to be attacking a lot, so we're going to give him the offensive doctrine. And reinforcement rate is very important, so we're going to get organization first. Yes, I know, game, you have low manpower. Oh boy, oh, this is in 19 days, let's hope we can get enough manpower by then. A shared dream. So if we allow him to go legit, we get him as a political advisor, and he's a captain of industry, or we can get some arms workshops. Now, I'm not really going to use him, so there's no place for him. And with that political power, we're going to hide our activities from the NCR. And since we did it early, it's going to be active for longer than it would usually be. Now I'm going to check the time on the video real quick. We're going to go for a little bit longer. So we've got more factories. So what we're going to do is, with our construction factories, well, we're going to repair these first, but then we're going to begin building... Oh, Anderson holds us... Okay, so... I see. So the NCR has just went after the Valley Bandits, so they've united in a cartel. Now, the NCR is most likely going to beat them. Now, I wonder if they did the focuses to prevent their civil war. Well, they went Drummond. I believe that's one way. They've went Ranger deployment, so... Yeah, I think they're going to prevent the Civil War. Anderson holds a speech. Despite his near defeat in the recent elections, Franklin Anderson has been working tirelessly to rouse his supporters against the new administration. Though he carefully chooses his words to avoid anything openly treasonous, most believe the only real reason he is alive and allowed to speak is that his numerous supporters may be driven to open revolt otherwise. You mean 17% of the population? Okay, buddy, numerous supporters. So, we can make sure it's not broadcasted, or we can say, a man must know when he's beat, and we get more oligarchy support. So we're gonna do a man must know when he's beat. Oh, that gave them more support. That's not a good thing. Well, after old allies, because we've worked with the Salvatores before, and we can choose to work with them again. But after that, we're just gonna start purging the elites, because I don't want to deal with them any longer. And it appears we're lacking resources. We'll have to deal with that at a later time. Our legitimacy isn't looking that good. What I never understood about legitimacy, it's how well we can defend our title to the government of the United States. Like, besides us, there literally is no remnants of the United States, so I don't see why we have to defend our title from anything. It's not like anyone else is gonna claim to be, claim to really be the United States, because nobody cares about the United States anymore. That's something I never really got, but I guess it makes for a good game mechanic, so I don't have much of a problem. So we're gonna prepare for our war against them, these tribals, because we gotta get these filthy tribals off our American land. Gotta re-manifest our destiny, after all. So we're gonna unassign everything. Just unassign them all together. And we're just gonna quickly reorganize some things. So you 4 are gonna be here. You 4 are gonna be here. Now, these 4 are gonna be rushing to the Antelope Reservation, which is their capital. Well, these guys are going to be rushing to get Modoc. And eventually, they're going to link back up after Antelope Reservation's taken, and after that, they're both going to attack Denino if they don't capitulate by then. So we can decide how to deal with the Salvatores. The Salvatore, the leader of them, can't remember what his full name is. Now, we can either make him rule as a puppet. The NCR, it'll be not so expensive to hide our activities, but then we lose legitimacy. We can have him live under house arrest, or we can kill him for the political power. Now, I'm gonna have him live under house arrest. And now, we're gonna begin. I can't. Huh? I gotta demote. Oh, I gotta demote them first. Okay, that makes much more sense. So before I can execute them, I have to demote their scientists and officers, which is gonna cost a lot of political power. So until then, we're gonna finish off the new Reno focus line. How much time do we have left for the video? Let's see. Well, this video has been going on for long enough. So, I guess this is the end of the video for today. So if you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit the like button to let me know you want more of this specific content. And make sure to leave a comment telling me any advice for this game, or to tell me other things you want to do. Like suggestions on a series you might want me to play, for instance. And also, click the bell icon to get notifications from my channel whenever I upload. I'll see you later next time, Gamer Squad.